It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Ooh, yeah. It's a new life for me. I don't know how many of you all know this, but I'm about to get reborn. I am going in on Wednesday, June 17th for double hip replacement. Double, yes, double. And I just got this hip, man. I'm at the double fours. I'm 44 years old. I'm getting double hip replacements, man. It's crazy. And why am I putting this out here? Well, I took the invitation to document this experience of my journey, man. And as I'm recovering, really talk to what I'm doing to recover. So I'm going to give you a little context to what this is all about. And I for people that see me on a somewhat regular basis, you may have noticed over the past several years I've walked with a limp. I've tried to play it off as best as I could to avoid any questions and having to deal with it. And I'm at the point right now where I put it off, where I've disregarded this pain for so long that now I need hip surgery. It's to the point where my doctor's like, the surgeon's like, I don't even know how you're walking. And I put this, I'm sharing this experience with you because as a younger dude, I'm a personal trainer, yoga instructor, animal flow instructor, Reiki practitioner and guide. I accumulated all these tools and tactics to help myself, and I failed to listen to myself and really integrate this knowledge that I've accumulated for myself. Or I should say, applied it to myself. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sharing this experience with everyone, because my judgment judgment on myself is like I failed to listen. I failed to hear what my body was telling and what my body was asking of me, what my body was shouting at me. I mean, I've had bad hips. When I talked to the doctor, he's like, you must have had bad hips your whole life. Excuse me. And it's wild. There's a book here. As I'm doing these chronicles, and I'm calling this the REBIRTH Chronicles, because this is a rebirth for me. I've been following this woman, Yvette Rose, and I got this book of hers almost a year now, called The Metaphysical Anatomy. Your body's talking, are you listening? And she's like very similar to Louise Hay. Louise Hay believes that any physical condition has some sort of soul imprint or mind state. So this book has a whole bunch of questions and things that people can ask themselves if they have certain conditions or specific conditions. And when I looked at the double hip replacement, it said that I'm moving on. And moving on from what, you may ask? Well, moving on from a lot of shit, a lot of story, a lot of design, a lot of conditioning. To give you an example, I've held myself back for fear of having pain, for fear of not being able to move well, or what people are gonna say or ask of me. And it's hurt me. And yeah, it's hurt me, man. It's hurt. So I come here and I speak this, and it's crazy. It's wild. It's like, I'm thinking like now I'm walking with a cane. And this is Nemo, by the way. It's my cane, Nemo. Hopefully I won't need this thing that much longer. Well, actually, no, I won't need this thing much longer. I'll just need it for rehab. And that's about it. this is there's a couple of things, a couple lessons that have come up for me in this and it's asking for help, listening to my body, and recognizing that getting support is free of being handicapped. Nothing wrong with it. And as I'm going into this space with completely new hips and having something foreign in my body, it's all synchronous to me, because I think over the past, probably 7-8 years, I've been given opportunities to learn what self-care looks like for myself, and what listening to my body and applying what my body's telling me. For something to see some videos, I've talked about masculine and feminine balance. The masculine within myself wants to keep going, wants to get the job done. The feminine within me wants to slow down, be aware, nurture myself. And it's interesting because as I go into this rebirth, this is my time to nurture myself, and I'm rewiring myself, refining myself, and yeah, it's interesting, very interesting. This is the first of many, first of the Chronicles, and I put this out here. If you have somebody that's going through a lot of pain, or if you yourself's going through a lot of pain, and you've endured it, follow along, because I think that what I'm learning about my situation may provide you with some gems and insight to help you in your situation. Because best believe, like, the stuff I'm learning from this is second to none. So give you a heads up on what this is all about. Like, my surgery is coming up in a couple days. I'm starting these chronicles here, again, as I mentioned, to document it. And also I'm going to be documenting my progress, my physical progress, my mental progress, my soul progress, because I have the feeling that as I go for the surgery and as I do my rehab, more things are going to come up. More things that I get to let go of, more things that I get to step into. And I'm not really looking forward to sharing this with you. And I know it's something I get to share with you. And it's also for me too. I want to look back on this and see what I've done. Because the thing that I don't know if people really realize is how resilient we are, to the point that we will block pain and allow whatever signals our body's giving us about this prolonged pain and like the impacts that it's having on our body and other systems. I'm recognizing there may be some other things that have carried the weight or have been impacted, specifically my blood pressure. And I'll get into that in another episode. But for right now, just welcome to this experience. Thanks for joining me on this my rebirth, because this truly is a rebirth. I see a little chipmunk outside, man. It's magic time. So blessings from me and from Nemo. Man, listen, I will gladly receive prayers, and before our next video, my invitation to you is to take care of yourself. Listen to yourself. Before you take care of yourself, listen to yourself. Listen to what your body's asking for. And if you're like, I don't even know where to start, perfect. It's a perfect place to be. Sit with yourself. Listen to whatever pains or discomforts that your body has. And for God's sakes, if you got some pain and you have insurance, take this opportunity to contact a doctor. Get knowledgeable, become aware of what your body's experiencing so you can take good care of it. Because we only get one. And if we do this right, that's all we need. If you like what you see, share it, like it, comment. I'm out. See you after the rebirth, peoples.